Hello, Instagram.
Well, Instagram's busy letting people know that we're here.
Yeah, look at it. Instagram people are already logging in. There we are. Are we on Facebook? I guess there's no way for us to see the chat, is there? Or can you pull up a different view?
Only if Hugh gives us his phone to our page.
Oh, wait, I have my phone.
Well, there.
Okay, hi.
We're so smart.
Hi, look at us. My phone, okay.
Welcome to the land of technical fun.
We're 8 minutes late because we're having some technical difficulties, but here we are, and I'm gonna pull up the chat on my phone, and we'll get going. So, you don't even know what we're talking about.
I don't. I'm just here.
I just showed up.
I do what I'm told. Although I have the cup that says "She who must be obeyed." I guess I should pass the cup.
Oh, well, I'm gonna tell the story. It doesn't mean you're gonna listen to me. That's totally different things. I also sound horrible because I got sick after Black Friday. It's apparently a yearly tradition now, so.
Last year I got sick after Black Friday.
Yeah, next year I have loaded up on enough homeopathics for the next, I think, 3 years.
Notice I did not get sick this year.
Yeah, look at you. You're just, your immune system. It's all that talk about your immune system.
It works, especially if you load it up with vitamin C, vitamin D, and zinc every day.
That's right. You
And drink a lot of tea. Although I made you drink a lot of tea this past week, so.
Yeah, so this is not the story, but as a story, when I had, my sinuses are full of all this junk, and I'm like crawling into Judy's house. I'm like, Judy, do you have any decongestants? And
She did. She came in the other morning, and I'm like, why are you here? Yeah, I need some stuff.
And she's like, well, you should eat some clams. They're phlegm drainers. I'm like, I don't want some clams, Judy.
I told you to eat pears. Pears
Like,
are
well, you
fine.
could also have some pears. I was like, I don't want that.
So instead I gave her Breathe Easy tea. I did give her some daytime cold medicine.
Yeah.
I gave her some NAC.
Mm-hmm.
What else did I give you? I did not give you vitamins. I should have
There
given
was
you
the,
some
what was the
vitamins.
thing from Boyron? I can't
Oh, the
pronounce
oscillatum?
it. Yeah. There's a
From Boyron.
homeopathic. That
Homeopathic.
stuff does work very well.
So she loaded up on herbal tea, homeopathics.
Joey, apparently
And
there's
drugs.
an echo on Facebook.
We're working on it.
Okay, apparently the technology team is working on our echo on Facebook. So, here we are. I apologize that we're echoing. Clams. Yep, Kathleen's laughing. That's the type of advice you get from a TCM veterinarian. When you're
Food's my
sick.
gig.
Yeah. Just eat some clams, you'll be fine.
I gave you tea.
Anyway, so Facebook, I hope our audio is getting better. I apologize that I picked story time when I don't have a voice, but whatever. We're gonna roll with it. Happy Friday. So
I don't know the story. I'm just here.
so last night, this is how this all started. Last night, I got a text message from my boyfriend Tom, and he said, daycare called me, because he's away on a trip, and he has a dog. He said, the dog daycare called me and said they ran out of food. And he was like, I portioned out her meals in Ziploc bags, so that way there would be no confusion. And apparently the confusion came in. They have some dogs that are fed 3 times a day, some dogs that are fed 2 times a day. And I guess Millie, who is my boyfriend's dog, Millie was on the 3-time-a-day meal plan when she was only supposed to be on the 2-time-a-day meal plan. So my boyfriend is out of town and his dog is stuck at boarding with no food. So this is Millie for Instagram. For Facebook, Joey, if you want to put up the dog picture of good old Millie, but for Instagram, there's Millie. I'm trying to.
Let us know when you have us back.
I don't know what part of my rambling was I on.
Hear it.
Oh,
Are we back?
are we back now? I hear it too. Okay, cool. The good old cord came unplugged. Okay. Anyway, so Millie, yes, pictured on your screen beautifully on Facebook and hopefully YouTube. Are we on YouTube?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So that's Millie. She's 13 years old. He's had her for the last 11 years. It's the longest relationship I think he's ever had. And they are little best buds. So I, of course, when we started dating, was like, you can't feed your dog kibble and date me. I think that's a requirement.
I'm pretty sure that's a rule.
Yeah, it's a rule. So
It's kind of like working here. Your dog will get changed very quickly. And your cats.
yeah, me dating. I'm getting divorced, by the way. I probably should have said that before the dating, but I'm getting divorced and dating. So now I asked. That was my question. I was like, what does your dog eat? And some crappy kibble. I'm like, okay. But it's fixable. So we changed her to Viva Raw, which you can get 20% off using code Dr. Judy at vivarawpets.com. And the boarding facility doesn't accept raw food. Shocking.
So what did he have in the baggies? Did he have it cooked?
So I asked, when he said the boarding place doesn't accept raw food, I said, will they accept gently cooked food? Because she likes the gently cooked version of the Viva Raw, which is, you can also gently cook Viva Raw ground. No, they will not accept anything that needs to be refrigerated. Apparently, like, refrigeration is the problem with this facility.
Got it.
Or the shortcoming, whatever. So I said, okay, instead of feeding your dog kibble, why don't you feed at least a freeze-dried raw? Will they accept that? Because is it like a raw problem or is it a fridge problem? Because those are two different problems. And apparently they did accept the freeze-dried raw. So he went and...
I think we kind of told him to just say, yeah, this is a freeze-dried food, not a freeze-dried raw. And if it's already in baggies, they don't know what it is. It's dry.
Yeah, I did not give any specific instructions, but I mean, I think it's probably safer than a lot of brands of foods that probably walk in that door. So morally, I'm in the clear. Joey, could you put up the next picture? Yes, this is what I recommended. So I think you would agree, but if you have a place that won't accept anything with moisture in it, which is unfortunate, Vital Essentials makes these little mini nips, which are basically kibble-sized
freeze-dried raw.
Freeze-dried raw, and so she's still eating.
And if he didn't put it in that, if he didn't put it in that package, if he put it in little baggies, they wouldn't see that it says purely raw.
It looks enough like a kibble, a type of kibble that people really don't think twice. So that was my little workaround for not having the dog.
This is a good trick for those of you who have to board your pets somewhere.
Absolutely.
And they won't take raw. So something like this, these are hard little nuggets. They crunch like kibble. So
yeah,
it's a good workaround.
Whenever I've gotten a little bit smarter. Whenever my vet that I take them to, I always get the hardest time, I feel like, about raw food, and I always ask them questions when they say, no, you cannot bring your dog's raw food in this building. I'm like, okay, fine. I was like, but can I cook it and bring it in? And they'll be like, yes, it must be thoroughly cooked, like nothing pink. But in this case, if you can't even have something cooked, you can ask, okay, could I bring in a freeze-dried option, which does not need to be refrigerated. You treat it just like kibble. It's in a bag, and you just portion it out. I don't think that's ideal for her by any stretch of the imagination, but it's much better than having to be on kibble for 2 weeks in boarding.
Well, yeah. She'd come home with ear infections and skin infections, and she'd gain 5 pounds. Although she may gain 5 pounds from being fed 3 times a day instead of 2. So.
Well, no, she actually is the opposite. She is a very picky eater, and so when she gets stressed, anorexia is usually her go-to. So Tom and I were actually afraid that she wouldn't even eat the whatever backup crappy kibble that they were going to give her because she ran out of her Vital Essentials.
So what did they give her?
I don't know what they gave her, but this was, mind you, at 11 o'clock last night, 11 o'clock is when I find out this information because I was still working. I immediately am like, who do I know in the Chicago area? Because we're in North Carolina. My boyfriend lives in Chicago, and that's where this dog is. So I was like, if I have to text Judy and be like, Judy, can I use the business page to send out a bulletin? Like, is there anybody in Chicago that can drop off food for my dog? But I did that privately, basically. I texted Carol Smedja, who, enter Carol, Joey, if you don't mind.
not the other picture of Carol, preferably. But Carol is the founder of the Mine Pet Platter. So Carol, we have known for a little over a year or so. Yes. And so I texted Carol. She lives in Chicago. And I have done a bunch of nice things for Carol just because I love her and I love the platter. We sent a whole bunch of them to our friends just because we like them. So I text Carol. I was like, hey, do you by any chance know like anybody with a pet store or any pet lover in the Chicago area that could do me a favor and drop...
And it was like 9 o'clock at night.
It was 11, yeah, so it's an hour difference. So yeah, like 9, 10 o'clock at night. And Carol texted me back within, I think, 2 minutes and just said, every dog deserves our best. Sure. I'll do it. I was like, what? Mind you, Carol is a CEO. She owns her own company. This is a Thursday night at basically 10 p.m. And I'm asking her if on Friday morning she can go get dog food and drop it off at this place that's probably like 30, 40 minutes away from where she lives at a minimum. And she didn't even bat an eye. She just said, absolutely, I love you guys. Like, I love dogs. I will do this for you. Don't worry about it. And she just texted me. She's like, is this the address of the place? And is this the food? I said, yes. She said, don't you worry about it. I'll get it. And I was like, Tom, I'm not going to brag, but I'm such a great girlfriend. Wow. Look at me go. So I, at 10 o'clock at night, was texting with Carol, and Carol told me that she would take care of it first thing this morning. I don't know what she had on her list of things to do today, but Carol of the Mine Pet Platter literally woke up and found a local pet store that carried this specific dog food that Millie was eating at boarding, and purchased it and then went and dropped it off at the doggy
Do you
daycare.
have that picture here for Instagram?
Oh, Instagram's not seeing pictures of Carol.
So
Yeah.
here's Carol at daycare dropping off pet food.
So that's Carol's dropping off pet food for my boyfriend's dog at doggy daycare. Mind you, so I haven't
Okay, well, she dropped it off and it says raw. Did they have a problem with that?
I don't know. I haven't even gotten the full story from Carol yet. I do know there was a bit of a debacle because she said the first store that she went to didn't have the food, and the people working there were only temporary and they didn't know what was going on. And so she had to go to multiple locations to find this specific bag of dog food today with zero notice.
I think that next time you see her in an event, you probably owe her dinner.
I definitely do.
Tom owes her dinner.
Tom, next, I said when he goes back to Chicago, he's like, I'm definitely going to go buy her dinner. She's a really nice lady. I was like, yeah, geez. So I don't know what Carol, it took her, she said she would text me when she got back from the pet store and was dropping off this food to the doggy daycare. And she took about 5 hours from start to finish.
I don't think I'm that nice.
5
I would have
hours
done that.
from start to finish, driving all over Illinois. After, at 10 p.m. last night, I asked her if she could basically save my boyfriend's dog from
kibble.
From kibble.
That's going to pretty great lengths to make sure a dog is not fed kibble.
So, moral of the story, I think, is we did really nice stuff for Carol of Mine Pet Platter just because we love Carol and we love the platter.
She's always done nice stuff for us. So.
And yeah, but it's just the community, and she does nice stuff for us. We do nice stuff for her. She is the co-founder and co-inventor of the Mine Pet Platter. She's an awesome woman, based in Chicago. If you have any other errands in Chicago, please don't call her. I don't think it went so well today. But I cashed in one favor.
But do know that there are pet-loving people in every city that you can call on. Like at one point, Hugh and I thought about doing a cross-country tour and just putting out this is where we kind of plan on going, who has a place we can plug in.
That honestly might be what your tour next year turns into.
If
we don't get on planning it.
Yeah, it could.
And so Then, of course, Carol, to top it off, she said, I'll do this for you. No problem. Don't worry about it. And she said, but does she have a platter? I was like, of course she has a platter. And I texted a screenshot to Tom of the conversation, and he goes, they actually wouldn't allow her platter at the daycare. Like, tell her not to mention the platter. I was like, I can't tell Carol that they don't let platters in the daycare because I know Carol and she will walk in there with a stack of platters.
As well she should. Although kibble probably doesn't work near as well on a platter.
No, it still works. It works with kibble, but it works with kibble, canned, raw, or anything. But when I circle up with Carol, I will explain that Millie has a platter, but apparently they wouldn't let platters in, and maybe she wants to take another visit back if it was a magical experience. And they really united on this front. Everybody will have platters. But yeah, so Carol of the Mind Pet Platter. These are the type of people that we do business with. I texted her at 10 p.m., which I actually felt really bad about, and I apologized in the first place for texting her so late. And I was like, I just wanted to see if I could get anybody to help me before I went to bed. And she did.
Yay, Carol.
Would you do that?
Would I?
You'd be in bed. Judy will help you if it's between the hours of
6 a.m. and 7 p.m.
Occasionally 3 a.m. to 4:30.
Yeah, I don't answer my phone then, though.
Oh, true. Okay.
My phone is on silent.
So what are your emergency response hours? 6
a.m. to 7 p.m.
To 7 p.m. Early cutoff. Okay.
It's an early cutoff.
But at 10 p.m. I had Carol.
You had Carol. Well, I wasn't going to help you in Chicago anyway. Although I do have friends in Chicago. I could have texted.
Isn't your best friend in Chicago?
Oh, one of my best friends, Beth.
Exactly. We have Chicago's a hub for natural pet care people. That's why I was like, there has to be somebody. And if that didn't work, we could have posted on our page, and I'm sure we would have had wonderful people out there that says
someone would have jumped on. I can go get that.
Somebody would have, and that's the natural pet care community. It's pretty amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And now Millie, she's going to be fed
twice a day now.
Twice a day. Millie had the best trip of her life. She got fed 3 times a day instead of 2. So she thinks she's having the greatest time ever. And another fun fact that Tom told me, actually. So she's 13. We just transitioned Millie to Viva Raw, what was that, a month ago? Right before Thanksgiving? It was about a month ago. So she's relatively new. She's been eating kibble her entire life. And this is the first time ever that he has been away and she has finished all of her food. Not only did she finish all of her food, she ate
3 meals.
More than she was supposed to. He was like, what have you done to my dog? I can't believe this. I was like, well, she just wanted some meat.
She just wanted good stuff.
She's smart, yeah.
She's very cute, too.
Mm-hmm.
It's a sweet dog.
Very sweet.
She's going to come visit for Christmas.
Millie's coming for Christmas. And that's it. That was my story.
That's a pretty good story.
Yep. So now Carol and I are bonded, and she said that she wants to come out to the farm. And Krista wants to come too, so.
Okay, it's a party at the farm.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we may be renting Bo out in the driveway because it's too expensive to take her anywhere. We may have a rental room, a rental hotel.
I think that works. I think that works because I've seen it on what is it, like Airbnb, where you can rent like the mini houses and I think you can rent like stationary campers.
Well, and she has a dishwasher, a washer and dryer.
I was just to say your RV is nicer. Can I actually move in? I think it's nicer than the double wide. Let's do tradesies.
Okay.
Rent out. Our guests can come stay in our complimentary double wide. I can live in the RV.
You could.
Marlo's not invited. Marlo comes with the guest cottage, the guest double wide.
Yeah, yeah. He does not. He is not allowed in the RV.
That's a really relaxing vacation. I don't know. Who wouldn't want a vacation in a double wide with a howling hound dog? That sounds great.
You'll get takers.
Oh, people
and goats.
People hear reverberation on Facebook. Uh-oh.
Facebook is echoing again.
Oh no. Well,
sorry, Facebook.
We'll set up next. Oh, hey, Carol responded. That's my pleasure. That's what friends/family are for. Look at that.
When did she see this?
Beautiful.
Or was she just
Carol
responding
doesn't
to your
even
text?
know that we're talking about her. Maybe I don't know when I'll find out that she found out that we're talking about her. But she just popped up in my text messages.
Oh, you started fostering this year. Had my first pregnant pup. She had 6 babies last Saturday. It was scary and beautiful. Yeah, we fostered a pregnant mom. They're like, we think she's pregnant. Yeah, we had puppies 2 days later. It's like, yeah, I think so.
Well, and you helped birth all of the kittens that
Oh, well, yeah. I've done a
live at your house.
boatload of kittens.
Many kittens at our house, yeah.
Many kittens. Many kittens. Okay. Do you got anything else, madam?
No, that was it.
That
was why I've been running around like a chicken with my head cut off and trying to manage what's going on in 50 different places today.
Somebody says, I'd rent Bo in your driveway. I could bring my dog. Yeah, Bo's pretty darn nice.
Heck yeah, Bo is super nice.
I don't know if Bo's going to get to go anywhere. Although,
What?
Diesel prices are down a little now.
We'll go somewhere.
Hugh says we're going.
I thought, yeah, it's on the calendar.
It's on the calendar. I just,
It may move.
I'm not sure we're going to get all the way to California because their diesel's like $8 a gallon.
Oh, Michelle Allen tuned in. Hi, Michelle.
Hey, Michelle. Oh, it's sunny in New Jersey.
Oh, Millie and Gigi will be great friends. Well, not really. Millie has never met cats before, so she just ignores them.
Yeah, she met them at our house. She didn't care.
Yeah, she just ignores them. What's the date on that? Is it the 14th?
14th.
Okay.
Wednesday.
Is the 14th? Does anybody know what the date of Wednesday is? Then we can make our next announcement.
I think it's the 14th.
14th, great, okay. Coming on Wednesday, December 14th. I don't actually know what time. We will be live again with the folks at Viva
We
Raw.
have it scheduled from 12 to 4, so it's somewhere in there.
Somewhere between the hours of 12 to 4 Eastern.
We'll be in my kitchen again.
This is the worst PSA, but yeah. So Viva Raw, Wednesday, December 14th, sometime between the hours of 12 and 4 p.m. Eastern, we'll be live with Viva Raw. And
We'll nail that down a little closer before then.
we'll get it together a little closer, maybe, or not. But you're gonna be balancing their 5 pure recipes for cats, which has been a request since we did that on YouTube. Oh geez, was that a year ago at this point?
Nah,
No.
6-8 months maybe.
I don't know. Everything blurs together.
Well, we have lots of kitty taste testers.
Yes.
And actually, we do know that our cats love Viva Raw because they steal it from the dogs all the time.
Yes. So Viva
And
Raw.
when we run out of cat food, we feed them that. So
Yeah. Viva Raw has 80-10-10 grinds of chicken, turkey, duck, rabbit, and beef. So all of those can be, it's not balanced as is for dogs or cats, but that can be a base that you can add things to for both. We have a series on the Dr. Judy Morgan YouTube channel that's called Balancing Viva Raw, and that explains how to balance the 5
separate videos.
the 5 proteins for dogs. And then Wednesday, we're going to be filming and doing a live on the 5 proteins for cats. So those of you that are cat people that have been wanting homemade food for cats, there you go. Okay.
No, there's no issue with your dog eating raw and licking your face.
Oh, somebody's going to come tent camp at the farm.
Okay.
Actually, it would be very nice.
As long as we pick a spot with no fire ants, it'd be great. Actually, I keep seeing those. What are those? There's a couple different ones. Harvest Host, and there's another one.
Yeah.
Where you can rent out spots on your land for either tent camping or RV camping. We actually have 2 plugins with electric and water. We just don't have a dump station.
Oh, somebody was saying they want to try raw food, but their vet is against it.
Of course,
Yeah.
they are. They've been brainwashed.
Oh well.
Don't get me on my soapbox. If you're from Big Pet Food, Big Pharma,
Yeah, exactly.
I will rant.
Yeah, there's a good video coming up about fear of raw food too. So
Oh, there is?
yeah.
Okay.
Are the nematodes in stock? The nematodes are not in stock, but
They
they're
came
on
in
order.
and they went out and they're coming back in.
Yeah, they're on order. So they'll if you back order the Flea Destroyer nematodes on our website, drjudymorgan.com, they'll ship probably, I don't know, next Tuesday, Wednesday, something like that. It's not a long back order for the nematodes.
We had to buy them their own refrigerator.
Yeah, we had to buy a fridge for the nematodes.
We're not allowed to mix them in
We
the
should
same refrigerator.
We should name them.
Name the
Name the
nematodes?
nematodes.
Name the nematodes. There's like 1 million in each box. That's a lot of names.
Ruth says we love it when you get on your soapbox. Not when I'm sitting here on camera. So here's the dynamic of what's happening when Dr. Judy is ranting, right? She's over here like, and I'm in the background going like, and I'm so scared the entire time. And I have severe anxiety. So if you all want to rant, can I leave the room and hide?
Why do you have anxiety about my rants?
Just I'm like very just kumbaya, you know. I want everybody just like, can we all get along? Can we? But we can't, you know.
Can I talk about London? Actually, it's not in London. It's in Birmingham.
Can you?
I think they were announcing it on their Facebook today.
Yeah, today.
Okay.
We are going to the UK
For what? What is it called? We'll see if I
in
can.
May. It's you know what? I tried to find out today and I could not. It's a healthy dog summit or something.
But Dr. Judy will be in the country
I will be in the country.
sometime in May.
Well, it's May 7th, but we
May 7th, if you live
were-
in the UK, just
we were-
search the country for
we were-
Dr. Judy. She'll be there
it'll be with
somewhere.
Nick Thompson. I think they announced it today. But we were looking for airfare already because Hugh and Nanny and I are going to go. Gwen will be doing something else. So we were looking for airfare, and for May, airfare is already like very scarce. Like there's very few seats. And how did you find out?
Yesterday, Emily told me.
Oh, so Emily in our office, Hugh was talking to her about it, and she said, well, May 6th is the coronation of the king.
Oh, no.
So everyone is descending on London for the coronation of the king and this event, but this event's in Birmingham, near Birmingham, I think it's called, which is further north. So I found out today we can fly into Birmingham Airport, which will be much better because we won't be flying into London for the coronation. That
Nice.
would be craziness. And so I reached out to the event organizer and I said, hey, we just found out that that's the weekend of the coronation, and that's why, like, you know, hotels and airfare and everything are pretty scarce, and we need to jump on this. And she said, oh, I don't follow the royals. I wasn't aware of that.
I would have no idea. I don't follow any.
Yeah, we don't follow that stuff either. So
I would have no.
yeah.
I would be in it, and I'd be like, "What is this? Where are all these people here?"
I know. I would have been like, I don't like crowds. Why are we here? But luckily, we won't be visiting London while we're there.
Somebody asked if you consider golden retrievers a healthy breed. Wah, wah, wah.
Oh, they used to be a lot healthier than they are now. I guess I would be looking for a natural breeder, if at all possible.
But even then, have you looked at any updated cancer stats?
Yeah,
and
they're really high on the list. I mean,
for,
boxers,
like by breed.
yeah, I mean,
breeders.
boxers, Bernese Mountain Dogs, Golden Retrievers,
Rottweilers with osteosarcoma too.
Rottweilers.
Dysplasia too.
Yeah.
Oh,
these-
look at Nanny throwing in some hip dysplasia. Nanny's
Man, that'd be the least of my worries with a Golden.
yeah, like hemangiosarcoma, osteosarcoma,
They're sweet
lymphoma.
dogs. They're sweet dogs, but
Are those the ones?
although you know, Cavaliers, they're sweet dogs, but let's go through the list.
the heart, but okay, for Cavaliers though, I don't think we see a ton with cancer versus Goldens. I think of cancer is
Yeah, Cavaliers, we think more
It's
of
heart.
heart.
and boxers unfortunately have both.
Yeah.
And Dobermans on all of those studies that break things out by breed, the Dobermans just have like check marks across. It's just like sorry.
Hypothyroid, von
Yeah.
Willebrand's, heart disease.
Yeah, sad.
Very sad.
So if you're gonna get any dog from a breeder, just do your due diligence for sure, because a lot of these breeds are getting to the point where there's very common
Ancestry.
severe genetic predispositions for
Yeah.
heart disease or joint issues. This is helpful. I'm considering breed options. Oh, nice. Okay, yeah.
Hence the question. Okay. Natural Cavalier breeders. I know a couple. Forrest came from a natural Cavalier breeder. He happens to be a throwback defective one, but you can never guarantee that you're not going to get a defect thrown in there.
Oh, jeez.
Well, he is.
Oh my gosh, just had a kitty toe amputated. So Lauren, actually, a fun fact about
Cat toe
our
osteosarcoma. Wow.
a fun fact about our PEA is that we have a client that uses it. Her cat had a vaccine fibrosarcoma on its hind leg removed, and they amputated the whole leg. And the cat was showing signs of phantom nerve pain, eating at the stump and stuff. And with the PEA, that seemed to really help with pain. So I'm wondering if with a toe amputation, if PEA would be helpful for the nerve pain
It would.
at the digit.
I mean, that hopefully won't be a long-standing problem, but you never know.
Would they have long term? Well, I guess it depends how much you have to take out and how much it.
I mean, I amputated, and I totally forgot that I did, but it came up in Hugh's feed that 7 years ago I removed Scout's toe, our Cocker Spaniel.
An osteosarcoma?
It was a
granule?
Yeah.
it was a squamous cell,
Squamous.
I think. Squamous cell carcinoma in his toe. That's the most common one.
What is the healthiest dog breed? Oh, I don't. Probably something that we don't know.
You know what? There are really good resources online, and I don't remember the website off the top of my head because it's in my new book. I linked to it, where you can actually see all the different genetic problems for every breed, and there's books out with that as well.
Interesting.
But I think you can find it. I think you can find the list online. Maybe look on Embark's website, but.
Embark might be a good resource.
Yeah, there are websites where you can actually look at all the different genetic diseases that each breed has.
Wow, this person had
Or could have.
a Doberman 20 years ago that lived to be 17 years old.
Yeah, that was before they became a mess.
That's wonderful. Wow. PEA is amazing stuff. Yep, and it's coming back in stock finally.
Yes, we're finally getting things in that were back ordered from Black Friday.
Have you looked into the difference in the PureVax for cats versus the 3-year rabies?
PureVax has a 3-year now.
But
It was not a 1-year. So it's supposed to have less adjuvants
Okay.
and supposed to be less reactive for cancers, but there is never accept a 1-year rabies. Well, except for the very first one they get is always going to be a 1-year. But after that, absolutely should be 3 years minimum.
So, Ruth just said, take some CBD and let Judy rant. Like, that's kind of what happens.
I'm not in a ranty mood right now.
She's too happy. Sorry, Ruth. Somebody's got to start typing in about what are triggers.
Oh, well, the trigger that I got from Lori Koger yesterday. Isoxazoline sales are going to be $3.7 billion by 2030. We'll do some posts and some ranting on that, but $3.7 billion in sales of isoxazolines by 2030.
It's terrible.
Gee. And so how many animals can they kill with an average payout of $500 for killing your animal? How many can they kill for $3.7 billion?
That's their compensation for we accidentally, purposefully.
Yeah, we knew it was going to kill a bunch, but, it's only going to cost us $500 an animal. So what happens is if you accept their offer, they offer you $500. Doesn't matter that you just spent $20,000 in vet bills trying to save your pet, but they offer you $500 and you have to sign a non-disclosure.
Always with the NDA. Always.
Smart people don't take that. Smart people who have their pet killed by a drug get online and rant to everybody they can find. Because you don't want it to happen to somebody else, and it's a darn shame that it happened to you.
Oh, did you see this comment? It was apparently the other night you
Said my dog
suspected a retainer tooth.
tooth root causing her pain.
Was
After she
inoperable.
eats, violently shaking her head and pawing. She does, but it is inoperable. Any ideas on how to help her? Crap.
I would do PEA again. I'm telling you, the dental pain.
PEA and 1 TDC.
Yeah, for the dental pain.
I would do the 1 TDC applied on that area, and then probably PEA.
I will say, so the I've been experimenting. My cat is on PEA. Well, now he's on the Ananda Plus, which has PEA in it, but I started on PEA. But he has been amazing because he has severe arthritis. He has genetic predisposition to all sorts of dental degenerative diseases and problems. And if he's deaf, he's got all these problems. But if he has the PEA consistently in his diet, he is fine. But when I went away, I told you guys not to give them any supplements because I was like, oh.
The first time you went away, I was putting them in there just because they were on the counter. I was like, oh. Second time I didn't bother.
I was like, I'll just be away for a few days. It'll be fine. Well, he started showing signs of being in dental pain. He was like hypersalivating and not wanting to eat. And I was checking his teeth, and they looked, like they need to be cleaned. He goes every year. But I didn't see anything severe. But then when I put him back on the PEA and the Ananda Plus, he started eating again. His hypersalivation went away. He was not like scratching at his face. So he's definitely, and he's going in for a dental this week. So the PEA definitely makes a difference with dental pain, at least in cats.
So somebody says, what breeder is Forrest from? You know what? I don't know Connie's. It's Connie Agaswara in Chicago. And she's closely affiliated with Linda Baird of Linwood Cavaliers. And I don't know where she is right now. She's either they just bought new land, either in Kentucky or Tennessee, maybe. But I think they have a Facebook page, Linwood Cavaliers.
There's definitely
they're natural rearers.
There's definitely a rant coming because apparently in Australia they ran out of anti-serum for paralysis ticks, and people are being told to use isoxazolines.
Of course they are, because they're told it's the only thing that works. And I get it. Paralysis ticks are scary. Australia has some scary snakes, scary spiders, apparently scary ticks. Like, just moving from New Jersey to North Carolina, we have cockroaches here.
Judy's like, I know what the Outback is like. I moved to North Carolina.
I don't want to know what the Outback is like. And visiting your grandparents in Oklahoma with tarantulas, like literally, you drive down the road, those things are a speed bump in the road. They are so big. Like, you do not want to run over a tarantula. And they have scorpions.
I apologize to everybody that has ever been to the Australian Outback. I think we're going to have to take a trip there. But North Carolina is a little different. So we'll just...
It is. I'm afraid of snakes, and I'm not real fond of spiders, and I'm not a fan of ticks.
You do realize they have gigantic killer snakes in Australia, right?
Yeah, I know.
Really big ones.
I know.
Okay.
Have you seen me in Australia yet?
Yeah, we're going to go. We're going to go. We're going to go, but we're going to be scared the whole time we're there. Of what?
I might have to wear my big heavy boots.
And
armor.
Clarify the name of the product Gwen just referenced. Oh, Ananda Plus.
Can you go grab an Ananda Plus and a PEA?
Or if somebody could...
They're on the same rack.
Hold on, I'm just going to... Whatever, we'll do both. That's fine.
Gwen can post something. She's quick. She'll probably be quicker than Hugh will be.
No! I just pressed the wrong button. I would have been quicker. Man.
Here he comes. So the PEA in the 120 bottles, 120 capsules is out of stock. Oh wait, where's the camera? PEA and Ananda Plus. Sorry, Instagram. I'll get closer for you guys. It gets a little crazy with multiple cameras.
We'll have to figure out how to say that.
I don't know. Anyway.
Have we done anti-snake training with our dogs? Forrest! Wow! I think Forrest has a job!
No, I don't think so. So, you want to hear my funny snake story? So...
Is it funny? Is it actually funny? Like, haha?
So, my first Doberman was a blue Doberman. And bought him as a puppy. Had him flown from New Jersey out to Illinois because I was still a senior in vet school, and I lived in an apartment where I wasn't allowed to have a dog. And Gwen's dad, who I was dating, lived in an apartment where he wasn't allowed to have a dog. And so this poor dog, we shuttled him back and forth. Like, he'd spend a couple days at one apartment and somebody would complain, and then we'd send him to the other place and somebody would complain. And then we hid him in the vet school in different services. So we would put him in a kennel in the internal medicine service for the day, and then we'd move him to ophthalmology for a day, and then we'd move him to surgery for a day. And we'd just put big tags on his cage. He's a little puppy, but we put big tags on his cage. Do not attempt, do not enter. So everybody knew we had him. But anyway.
Wow, that's some vet school loyalty you guys had.
After graduating from, so we only had him there for a couple months, but after graduating, I was living with my parents most of the time. And so this was a blue Doberman. His name was Spot, S-P-O-T, Spot. We wanted a dog name. So he was Spot. And one night it was dark out and I took him out in the front yard to play and get some yayas out. And I said, go find a stick. Go find a stick. He found a long black stick. Only problem was the stick bit him in the nose.
Oh.
And I don't do snakes, so I have a dog with a snake hanging off his nose. The snake let go, and the dog and I ran in the house, and I was like, okay, we got to get rid of the snake. So where we lived, the police would actually come remove snakes.
What?
It was near a lake in Pittman.
You called the police to remove
So I called the
snakes?
police to come get this snake. So the officer shows up, and here's my Doberman who wants to eat the man in a uniform. So I've got my dog trying to kill him.
Are you a gem? Hello, officer. Please come get the snake.
Please come get a snake, and I'll try not to let my dog eat you.
Jeez.
And the bad news is, the good news is the dog did not eat the policeman. And I don't think he would have anyway, but he was putting on it's kind of like Forrest, he was putting on a big show.
Forrest is not allowed to try.
Yeah. Anyway, and then we couldn't find the snake. So the snake did not get removed anyway. It was an eventful evening.
So, did the police officer just look around your house and help you try to find?
Yes, he had a flashlight and he was out in the flower beds out front looking for the snake. And
He was looking for the snake outside. Outside, where it wasn't inside.
No, and
You called the police because there was a snake outside.
I didn't want it in the yard. I wanted it back at the lake.
You called the police because there was a non-poisonous snake in your outdoor yard.
I didn't want the dog to get bitten again. Or me.
Is this like an age gap thing?
Maybe.
They don't do that anymore. You can't.
No, they don't do that anymore.
They don't do that anymore. A snake service. Wow, dial 911 and you can get your wild snake removed from your yard.
You want another snake story?
I don't know. I don't know whether to laugh or think. This one
does not involve dogs. It does involve my mother.
No. That's even worse. That's even more unpredictable.
So we lived in Virginia.
Wait, pause. Does this have? Are you? Please don't. You're not going to tell the kidnapping story, are you?
What kidnapping story?
When she set you off with the person that she didn't know.
No. I was not kidnapped.
I can't handle it.
So we moved to Virginia on my 12th birthday, and we moved back to New Jersey on my 13th birthday. So I missed 2 in a row. We moved again on my birthday in New Jersey. Again, when we moved into the house with my parents. Anyway, it seems to be if you're going to move, we do it on my birthday. So when we were moving out of our house, so we moved from New Jersey to Virginia, and the big thing in Virginia is they have copperhead snakes, which are poisonous. We have them here too. But they like to live in wooded areas where there's a lot of like wet leaves and under cover and that kind of stuff. And so we moved into a new development, brand new house, and the front yard hadn't been cleared. And so it was my dad's plan that during that year we would clear that front yard. So every weekend, Dad, Mom, me, my sister, so I was 12, she was 13, and we would be out there raking the leaves and getting the dead debris out of there and finding snakes. So it was whack-a-mole with big heavy rakes.
So are you
pretty much every weekend.
Is that why you're traumatized?
No.
Oh.
So the day we were moving out, the big moving van comes, and these guys that are moving everything, they're like, just tell us you don't have any snakes. We don't like snakes. And we're like, well, we've spent a year trying to get rid of snakes. So
don't worry, you can just dial 911 and they will come to your house.
So it's all going really well. The washer and dryer were in the garage. Like, did it have its own little room in the garage? But anyway, they were in the garage. So when the moving men picked up the washer to move it, what comes out from under the washer? A copperhead snake. So poor Nanny had been doing laundry with a copperhead under her washer for Lord knows how long.
No, thank you.
More than a year.
That's not fun. But somebody said black snakes are good, and they are good. And
Well, they are.
We have a farm where they live peacefully, and
Listen, they all live peacefully as long as they are not like on my patio.
yeah, apparently outside is not good
Well,
enough.
do you remember when we went
Jeez.
to Costa Rica the first night when we got there and we said, well, so are there any poisonous snakes? And there was a
He was
viper.
like, oh yeah, that one right there.
Yeah, the one sitting on the edge of the pool.
Like, could
So
you
the,
maybe?
the caretaker ran out and took care of it really fast.
Then there was a green snake in the house.
There was a green snake in the house. That's why Hugh and I took the upstairs bedroom.
That's right.
They
Really?
don't do stairs.
Yeah, because snakes can't do stairs.
I think they can.
They can.
I think snakes can climb things
the
pretty
first
well.
the first house we lived in, this old farmhouse, had a dirt floor basement, and there were snake skins down there. The only time we would go down is if we had to do something with the furnace, and there were always snake skins down there, probably black snakes. But your dad assured me that they couldn't climb stairs. So it
No,
was,
we had them in
That sounds like the type of things that I tell my toddler. I'm like, nope, that show is over. Like,
well,
that show
the
doesn't
good
exist
the good news
anymore.
is I did not make us move out the next day. I was like, okay, as long as they can't climb stairs, it's all good.
Yes, yes. And I
I'm gullible.
the snakes can live at my house. That's fine. My house can be the home of the black snakes.
Well, black snakes are fine. We have them crossing our driveway sometimes. I don't
Yeah.
mind them.
Okay. All right. That was it. It was story time and then a bunch of other random stuff. I don't know. Okay. Bye.
We have to go feed donkeys.
Yeah. I guess.
Bye, Ryan.
Bye. Thanks. Bye.
Forest.
Have a good weekend. Okay.
Forest.
Thanks, Joey.